about Dallas and make it hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the building, let's go. I'm here, 3 o'clock, 3:03. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, to the one and the only. This is the Big Time Show once again, live and in words of the great late American dream, Dusty Rhodes. Live and in public, if you will. Well, y'all don't know nothing about that. Let me stop that. Y'all don't know nothing about what I just said. Y'all, I keep forgetting I got some youngsters with me, so when I say something like the American dream, Dusty Rhodes, that's like speaking Chinese. So I already know y'all don't know. What's going on, everybody? Hey, we're here again, another week. Heading, of course, into another weekend. We don't have that many left of this season. Some of you are saying, thank God it's over. Some of you are saying, like, man, please, let's hurry up and get this season over with. But y'all know how we feel when we don't have no football at all. Right now, we're in heaven, football heaven. The college playoffs are going on right now. NFL football is going on right now. Later tonight, college football playoffs and all that. But in a very few weeks, we're going to be just lost. No football at all. Just done. So we better enjoy these last few weeks, regardless of the record, regardless if we make, no playoffs, whatever you want to say. We just need to enjoy it while we can, because we won't have nothing but draft talk and draft predictions and draft requests and draft trades and all that type of stuff. So let's enjoy it while we can. We got a few weeks left with our Cowboys, and then we'll move on. For those that don't know the playoff scenarios right now, to get that last spot, Washington would have to lose every game. 3 games in a row, and the Cowboys would have to win every game. And then the tiebreakers and stuff like that will come into play. So, the odds of all that happening is very slim to none. So it's no sense of getting excited. But what you can get excited about is that we get to see a lot of guys who are fighting for jobs, fighting to perhaps get the attention of the coaching staff or well, we don't know what kind of coach we're going to have, but get the attention of Jerry and Stephen Jones to where they can possibly be signed next year. We got a lot of free agents, such as maybe like OC, guys like that who's playing very well. And just in case people are trying to say OC should be gone, he's putting his bid in, saying, no, y'all might want to think about letting me go or get your money ready, which of course I don't feel like the Cowboys will do. But nevertheless, we got some guys who are still playing hard, playing with purpose, playing with a lot of hunger. And that's what you want to see. As I said in the previous shows, for all of you that are looking for a top 10 pick, you just about can forget about it because the Cowboys are not quitting. As I said before, they're not, and I believe they're capable of winning. Myself, I believe they can win at least 2 out of the last 3 games. I really do, and if that is the case, then all your dreams and hopes of acquiring a top 10 pick, which I believe is just about gone in the first place. But you never know. Let me, I'm sharing right now. If you don't mind, I am sharing. I hope that you would help your boy out real quick by sharing content. Share it to some groups. Let's do that for me if you don't mind. If you will. Share it. Cowboy groups, cowboy haters, whatever the case may be. I hope that you guys would share the content. And just for this little brief talk today, as I said before, it's hard to compete with football heaven today. I mean, it is so many things on with the playoffs. Kansas City, Houston was playing earlier. We still have Baltimore Ravens against the Steelers tonight. Rivalry game, big game. Then, of course, you still got the playoffs tonight. Texas and Clemson are getting ready to play now. And then, of course, Ohio State and Tennessee will play this evening as well. So, and then you got Baltimore and Pittsburgh. So, I mean, it's football heaven today. It really is, y'all. It is. If you're a lover of football, you're locked in today. It's no question about it. So, we're having a good day. I'm gonna speak to those that have spoken in just a second. I want to take this time to welcome in those for the first time getting the full show. Those of you that are on TikTok. Right now. Matter of fact, if somebody in here, I just want to make sure that I'm on TikTok right now. If you are following me on TikTok, if you leave the handle, it is at Big Time Lou. At Big Time Lou. Those of you that are on Twitter right now, so a few of you guys that are on there, if you would do me the favor, just let me know if I am there live. That's what I really need to know. I don't know. I'm not checking my phone. I need someone to go to my TikTok and just see if I'm on live there right now. Can you do that for me? Somebody let me know that as well. But today is supposed to be the first time. Not the first. Well, I did a little 3-4 minute thing just to make sure everything was, working. And it was at the time, but I want to make sure that I am live there now. Help your boy out real quick. Again, on TikTok, go to at Big Time Lou, and just let me know if I am there at the moment. Would be nice. I would appreciate it. It is live. Okay, I just got the notification and working. I just don't see. Again, I don't see the numbers there. So TikTok, you may be commenting right now. I have no way of seeing it at all. So I appreciate all of you that are on there with me now. I really do. Thank you for the opportunity to come here live. Do me a favor, TikTok. Why don't you share with it? Let me know that I'm there. Let me speak to everybody that is here momentarily that have at least spoken. I got you. What's up? Hey, Joe. What's going on? Chris, how you doing, sir? Good to have the family with me on today. Those of you that are on TikTok, appreciate you. Those of you that are on Twitter, hey, what's up? What's going on? Those of you, of course, that are on the Big Time Show page on YouTube, what is going on with you guys? And, of course, those of you that are on Facebook, on the Big Time Show page, what is going on today? Let me enable this page, this content. If you want to contribute to the podcast before we get started, it won't be long today at all, y'all. If you're on Facebook, you can use those stars. You can use the Cash App if you want. It's $, the Big Time Show. You can do that. If you're on YouTube, you can use the Super Chat button. If you want to go that route, if you want to, it's not a requirement. But I would appreciate you if you use it. What's going on? Hey, the con man is in the building. What's up, man? Appreciate you so much for coming hanging with your boy. Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Again, you can use the super chat there, and we will appreciate it. Not just thank you for lending me your ear on today. Let's talk. I started off this way. All right, thank you. I see the music is loud on TikTok. Probably loud here too. I'll turn it down a little bit. All right. Let's talk, y'all. Cowboy fans. The Cowboys should play well, y'all. I mean, I'm just telling you because the truth of the matter is they're playing with house money. So you know that when a team plays with house money, they're really almost playing free. I really don't believe that they really truly believe that they got a shot at the playoffs. I really don't believe that they really believe that. It's still not an excuse for not playing hard. Hey, Miss Regina, what's up, Terry? I see you, man. What's going on? Thank y'all for popping in on your boy today. Yeah. Kid Cowboy. Lord have mercy. Kid Cowboy in the building. Let's see how he gonna act today. Lord Jesus. Merry Christmas. If I forget to tell y'all, Merry Christmas. Cause he got Santa Claus up there. What's going on? Glad you popped in on the Kid Cowboy. Thank you so much. They're playing with house money, y'all. So when you play with house money, you play free. I mean, there's really no pressure on the Cowboys. Most teams expect them to lose. Most people, I'm sorry. And I believe the Cowboys are playing hard, mainly because Mike McCarthy has figured it out, finally. Stuff that we've been asking for forever. It's too late now, but it's just good to know that he can adjust, and that is simply by running the football. And the funny part is he done picked the time to run it with a makeshift offensive line. Imagine what you could have done if you would have took this same approach when Zach Martin was battling out there and Guyton and BB was out there, if you would have took this same approach instead of having them going backwards all the time in pass protection and simply have them going forward in pass protection, imagine what Rico could have done, because Rico is playing great football. And if you don't watch out, he is slowly but surely, he might, I mean, whether it's by default or just, maybe even get voted in. But, Rico may be a Pro Bowler this year. I think he's only 125 yards away with 3 games to go to get over 1,000. The way they've been running the ball, he might get that tomorrow. But if not, you would have figured he would go over 1,000. And he probably going to end up with maybe about 1,200 yards this year. I wouldn't be surprised if Rico may be a Pro Bowl running back this year. I can see it. But it's just amazing to me again how Mike McCarthy all of a sudden finally done figured it out. And he figured it out with rush playing and not Dak. And, that's another whole podcast by itself. I really do, y'all. And I hate I'm going to have to tick some of y'all off starting off, but, by now, it come a time when you have to call a spade, and you really just got to tell the truth, and that's me. You don't have to agree with me. I don't know if you will agree. You probably won't, but I think when it comes to Dak Prescott, y'all, we just got a case of mistaken identity. See, Dak, for some reason, Mike McCarthy, you might as well throw Jerry and Steven in. They believe that they can ride the arm of Dak Prescott to wherever they want to go, even if that means that he throws the ball 47 times or so. And I don't know, we've been seeing it for years now. And sometimes it works, and then sometimes it does not work. And mostly the main time it doesn't work is when January gets here and you have to run the football. You have to. But we ain't done it all year, and this goes to Kellen Moore as well, that we haven't really done it all year. And then we get punked out. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not saying Dak is not capable. It's just that by now we all should just tell the truth, because you see what they're doing now. And imagine if they brought this same type of effort to running the football like McCarthy has called with Dak, at least one thing would be for sure. And that is the best part of Dak Prescott game would be featured. And that is play action. Dak is an excellent play action quarterback. But when you line him up in the shotgun, he just got to pass all the way through. That's really not his strong point, to be honest with you. And what we've done, y'all sure ain't gonna like what I'm saying. And I've seen Dak have, the elite quarterback moments where he'll throw for 350 and 3 touchdowns and have about a 70 completion percentage and QBR over, over 100 and all that type of stuff. I've seen him do it many times. But even in that, that's really not the best version of Dak Prescott. It's not. We done seen it for 8-9 years now. We ought to know what the truth is. The mistaken identity part. Ooh, I'm finna make y'all mad. Here's the mistaken identity part. It's the thought, and I'm not knocking that. I promise you I'm not. I've just seen him for 9 years. I kind of know what he is, and then most importantly, I know what he's not. And on a consistent basis. And what I'm getting ready to tell y'all is this. There are really only about 3 guys that I want throwing the ball 40 plus times a game. Only 3. Only 3. Y'all just about know who it is already. It's only 3 that I want passing the ball like that. Everybody else, it's not saying that everybody else is not good. What I'm saying is everybody's not meant to throw the ball 40 plus times, 38, 39 times a game. And yes, Dak Prescott, in my view, is not one of those guys. We'll be only down 7 points, and you'll look at the stats, and Dak has already thrown the ball dang near 40 times when it's a close game. No attempt to run the ball. No attempt. You know what I'm saying? No attempt to run. It's amazing to me that you all of a sudden done found the perfect storm with Cooper Rush in. You got backup linemen playing, but now you running over people. And to think that some of these guys can't get the same job done is crazy to me. BB is known to be a mauler. That's his strong suit. Guy was laying on people. But when you put them in a position where they got to pass protect all day long, they're going to get their brains beat out. Steele is not right. And with his leg, you can tell. Well, guess what? That same Steele is in the game. You ain't heard nothing from Steele the last couple games. You know why? You know why, y'all? Because they've been calling running plays. You ain't heard nothing from Steele. You ain't heard nothing bad too much from Steele. You haven't. Rush gets the ball out quick. The ball really ain't going down the field. It's a short passing game. And it is what it is. It's obviously working because here's another truth. And this really don't have nothing to do with that. It's just that it shows that Mike McCarthy has the ability to foster a game plan that fits, his players. Cooper Rush done won games again this year. Look at his record since he came in. So, and kudos to Mike McCarthy that you figured out how to win with this currently, a lot of backup guys, rosters. This backup roster that we have. But I've always said, as soon as we figure out the true identity, because we haven't figured out because we do it opposite, of what Dak Prescott really is, and then adjust instead of trying to make him an MVP, which he almost got last year. But that's really not his game. Let me just go and make y'all mad. Dak Prescott is not Patrick Mahomes. Dak Prescott is not Joe Burrow. Dak Prescott is not Josh Allen. Those 3 names I just named, you want them throwing the ball 50 times. You don't want Dak Prescott throwing it 50 times. You don't. Now, y'all can get mad at me all you want. I'm not saying Dak Prescott is not a good quarterback. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's a difference, though. And I know everybody say, well, this league is the passing league now. Okay, well, you better have a passing quarterback that can get the job done consistently. And somebody gonna get on here and say, man, what you talking about? Dak Prescott, he gets the job done. He 30 plus touchdowns, over 4,000 yards. Led the league in passing touch. I'm fully aware of that. Okay, I'm talking about forget last year, forget forget all of that. What I want you to do is think about the body of work before y'all crucify me. Okay, I need you to think about the body of work. When does Dak Prescott play his best? The history shows he plays his best when he has a running game. Okay. No, kid cowboy. I don't want Justin Herbert. That's why you think Herbert is having such a great year, kid cowboy. Not because he's throwing the ball 50 times. It's because he got a coach who knows the importance of the running game in Jim Harbaugh. Did you see the game the other day? Gus Edwards, they just bullying over people. See, Love is scary to me. See, I don't want him throwing 50 times. Want to know why Green Bay is 10-4? You must have forgot they got Josh Jacobs running the football back there. Forgot? Even see everybody you naming, you leaving out a very important component, kid cowboy. Matthew Stafford has Williams running the football. Ran for almost 1,300 yards last year. Huh? Then you got, who is this, Russell? Who you talking about? Russell Wilson? Okay. Well, Russell always have had a running game. So Russell ain't throwing for no 5,000 yards. I only said 3. That's why I said, hey, Jessica, I see your comment. I'm coming to you. There's only 3 that you really want them throwing the ball 50 times a game. I'll say it again. Joe Burrow, Mahomes, but Mahomes don't even throw it that much now. But he can, and you wouldn't mind. And then Josh Allen, Mr. Everything. I don't know if somebody's been sarcastic or whatever, but Lamar Jackson, I thought I saw somebody said it was kid cowboy Lamar. You don't want Lamar Jackson throwing the ball 45, 50 times. No way. Because Lamar really ain't that type of quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He's not the most accurate guy. What makes Lamar unique is, of course, what he does when he put the ball in his hands. But he don't have to because he got Derrick Henry behind him. So right now, Lamar Jackson part is, can you do play action well? Because Derrick Henry going to fake everybody out. As soon as you fake it, stuff going to be wide open. So in other words, I'm saying, it's really not because it's Dak. It's really any quarterback that has help around him, as Jessica said earlier. When you have that, when you have that running game, your offense should be fine. Just like Kid Cowboy just said, wasn't Zeke a Pro Bowler for several years? Yes, he was. But I asked you, what was the defense like then? It's complementary football. No, Kid Cowboy. Lamar is not very accurate. Lamar numbers didn't even compare to Dak Prescott last year, and he was the MVP. The difference was that Lamar Jackson ran for over 1,000 yards, plus his 3,400 yards that he had passed. Let's not act like that now. Lamar ain't never been known as a great thrower of the football. He's gotten better. He has gotten better. And I think Lamar should be MVP this year. Everybody all of a sudden want to cry out about, Josh Allen. I think it really should be him this year. Again, he's better this year than he was last year. But that's another whole argument. But I really feel like that the mistaken identity is that the Cowboys, and you can hear Jerry talk about it. The Cowboys talk like Dak is one of them three guys I said earlier, and he's not. He's not. Y'all want me to make you mad some more? And I love Dak. I don't want him gone. I keep him here in Dallas. I'm one that said he was gonna get his money. Y'all know that. I said you should pay him because quarterbacks don't grow on trees. And he is a top 10 quarterback. Some would even argue say he's a top 6, top 5 quarterback. I'm not even arguing with that. I just say he ain't on those guys' level. That's what I'm saying. I know that's gonna make y'all mad. And I'm the point, y'all know me. I'm one of the biggest Cowboy fans there is. But we know the real truth. You may not want to admit it, but it's the real truth. He is not on Mahomes' level. He is not on Josh Allen level, even though I know Josh makes a whole bunch of turnovers. But I done seen this man, especially this year, I done seen Josh Allen completely just take over games. No question. No question. And he's not Joe Burrow. And some of you gonna say, man, Cincinnati ain't won but 5 games. Okay, it wasn't because of Burrow. Burrow was leading the league in touchdowns. Chase is leading the Chase is leading the league in receptions, et cetera, et cetera. He is. Now, it's not the offense problem, but when you look at Cincinnati defense, there your answer is. They will score 31 points, but they'll give up 35. That's the problem with Cincinnati. So that is what the problem is. See, I've seen Patrick Mahomes without a receiver. Y'all remember when they won last year? They didn't have no receiver. All he had was Travis Kelce. And guess what? They won the Super Bowl. You couldn't even name a receiver name. You can't see right now, you can't even remember. I think it was the best receiver was Rice, Sidney Rice, or whoever it was. Patrick Mahomes took a bunch of guys, second-rate receivers, didn't have one really, and won the Super Bowl. Didn't really have a number one. He didn't. That's elite quarterback play. And he's not on Dak, is not on that level. I hate to say it, but he's not on. He don't turn the ball over like Josh Allen does, which is of course the rule for. Thank you, Jessica, and that's true. See, all of it works together. What Jessica just said right there is the truth. She said Patrick has a great coach. It's the truth. See, which is all part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's all part of it. And that's not a knock against McCarthy, because Andy Reid is a great coach. But the difference is Mike McCarthy is a good coach. You see the difference? Dak is a. See, it makes it seem like I'm saying Mahomes is way up here and Dak is the 32nd best quarterback in the league. No, I ain't saying that at all. Jessica says, stop comparing Dak, bro. Dak is better than all of them, period. Give Dak what they have and watch Dak shut y'all up. Well, I'm not arguing, because all I'm saying is my opinion. Like I said, you don't have to agree. I'm not going to knock you for yours. I feel like Dak was the best quarterback in the league last year. I thought he should have been hands down the MVP. Seriously. I thought he was. That's the way I felt about it. I'm not even counting this year because he ain't played the whole year. But when he played. We all know what happened and all that type of stuff. My point is, if you've been watching Dak since he's been in, Dak Prescott is not the type of quarterback that you want him throwing the ball 45 times a game. Just don't. Just don't. You don't. And on the other side of the coin, like I was saying, if I said Patrick Mahomes, we're gonna let you throw the ball 50 times a game, you would not have a problem with it. If I said, Josh, we riding you today, you're gonna put the ball in there 45 times, you wouldn't have no problem with it. You wouldn't. But if I told you, Dak Prescott, we're gonna let you throw the ball 50 times this game, then y'all gonna say, like, no, we need to run the ball some more. Just saying. Joe is right. It all works together. Joe is right. He said Mahomes has a defense that keeps him in games. That's the truth. It's a team, but it's a way you play the game. It's a way you play the game that makes your style. What is your identity? And I'm saying if Dak Prescott is our number one option as far as this is the identity of the team, I'm saying that's you're gonna win some games now. You are. You will. You will win some games, but that ain't gonna. You crossing your fingers with Dak throwing the ball 50 times a game. Some of these other quarterbacks that I named earlier, you ain't crossing no fingers. You know what's gonna happen. You don't have to admit it, but I've seen Dak since he became, since his rookie year. I know for a fact that we got a mistaken identity problem. We draft linemen only to have them go backwards in pass protection all the time. I don't. And every time when we get him, they say, "Oh, he's a mauler. Oh my God, he's a rough. He's nasty." You can't be nasty. You can't be nasty going back on pass coverage all the time. You're right, Regina. You're right, Regina. We are. That's what I said about Allen. I know Allen turns the ball over. I'm just saying, but you want the ball in his hands consistently. That's what I'm telling you. And we can't really say nothing about Patrick Mahomes, even if he has spells. I mean, he back-to-back world champion. So, I mean, ain't nothing you can say about Mahomes. Nothing. Nothing but just tip your hat to him and all that type of stuff. So, I mean, the man that won, he is the standard. In order to win, you got to beat him. That's what he's proven over these last 5 years or so. If you want to win the Super Bowl, chances are, whether you get into the Super Bowl or you trying to win it, the actual game, usually Patrick Mahomes is standing right there at the gate saying, "Hey, you got to beat me to get it." And ain't nobody beat him but Brady. That's it. So I can't say nothing about Patrick because he wins. Can't. I'm just saying the identity of our football team. And for some reason, we believe that the number one option of our offensive style should run through Dak Prescott. And the running game is almost seem like a last option. That's the way we're treating it. When it's obvious what you're seeing now is that the running game, over these last 4-5 weeks, is showing you that it should have been a running game, which is what we've been begging for the whole time. And I understand in a lot of the games earlier this year, we were getting blowed out. And, of course, it made us had to throw the game, throw the ball. I get that part. But there were a lot of games, y'all, where we just kept been lining up a shotgun and throwing the football like crazy, and we were just in one-score game. And refused to run the ball. Refused. And now all of a sudden, Cooper Rush is in, and we line up at 2 tight end sets now. You see what I'm saying? We line up at 2 tight end sets and the stuff we was asking for early in the season. Now all of a sudden we blood, just bulldozing people, just running over them. And I'm like, can we transfer this mentality, this game plan, when number 4 plays? I mean, Cooper Rush, at some point, you got to look at, and I'm not saying it brings about balanced football. It brings about, it just does so much for your defense as well, complementary football. And I'm just saying, you see what I'm saying? Like, at some point we got to do it kind of like a case study. When Rush took over, when Dak got hurt the first time, and then you got to compare it to this year. You see what I'm saying? Because Rush just won some games again. What is Rush's record so far? Let me look that up. Since Dak got hurt this year, we all know he won, was that 4-1 a few years ago? With the Cowboys, I mean, when he broke his ankle. And now this year, Rush has, what game was that? He hurt himself in the Atlanta game. So that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 3. So he's 3 and 3 since Dak got hurt this year. That's 500 football. Now he's 3 and 3. He got hurt in the Atlanta game, Joe. So he's 3 and 3. He's 8 and 4 overall. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. I mean, when you put both of them together, then you got to start asking some questions like, Rush ain't the greatest quarterback in the world, and he's not. But I do find it amazing that the defense plays better. The offense picks up their running game. That's what happened a few years ago. We started smashing people in the mouth. The defense played like crazy. And Rush went 4-1. You didn't win because of Cooper Rush, but you sure didn't lose because of him either. And a study need to be made, even though McCarthy was not running the offense then, it was Kellen Moore, but McCarthy, of course, was the head coach. I'm quite sure in those offensive meetings that Mike McCarthy was saying, hey, we got to run the football or something, We call the plays, but we got to make a real dedicated effort and a commitment to the running game. But Joe, right here, JD, perfect. And this is the argument. This is where the dividing line happens. I didn't even read all of it. I just read that first sentence, but I'm going to read it. Let's all look at this together. JD says Dak is making $60 million. They want the ball in his hands. That comes with the territory. We don't make the best decisions on how to move on with the right identity of this team. Exactly my point. Start back at the top, y'all. Dak is making $60 million, and he should. Because at the time, of course, that's not even an argument. That was the going rate, or he was next in line. See what I'm saying? That's what the quarterback is going to make. Purdy is next. I don't know if they're gonna allow him to make 60 million or not. Purdy, what has happened to Purdy this year is that it has proven that whatever you feel about him being such an elite quarterback, soon you take one or two of his guys away, and the 49ers have been crazy injured this year, where he lost everybody. And they tried to put it on his back, and he's not capable of that because he needs all that help around him to make him look like he's been looking. So when you take it away, you find out that he's not like that. He's not like that. So maybe they might have to do something with the money, but Purdy has won enough and been to playoff games enough and been to the Super Bowl, been to NFC Championship games enough. He's going to get it. So I ain't worried about the 60 million. He said they want the ball in his hands, and that's where the problem is, or that's where the problem starts. When you put the ball in his hands like that, with the amount of throws per game, if he's throwing past 35, 35 and up, unless we getting blowed out, then my opinion, and then you don't have to agree, is that's too much. That's where the identity crisis starts. When you put the ball in his hands like that, you're taking away the strength of what my offensive line can do. They're better going forward, hitting people, than they are going backwards in pass protection. That's what you do when you put the ball in his hands. So your offense is not running at full capacity. Of course, CeeDee Lamb benefits. You want to throw Jake Ferguson in or whatever, okay. They benefit, but we ain't no running gun offense, but we shouldn't be. That's the identity crisis. That's the identity crisis. You gotta, in order to get the best thing going. And then, like I said, Dak Prescott job is better when he runs the ball. Not he runs the ball, but when the offense is running. It's just that simple. Y'all remember we had Pollard and Zeke, we were begging, like, when y'all get the ball, when we gonna run the ball? See what I'm saying? We didn't figure it out then. I don't understand why it's taking so long to figure out how we need to play. Hold on, I'm just not looking at y'all arguing. I done told y'all about arguing Kid Cowboy. I done told y'all about that. I fell into his wheelhouse when I'm breaking up Dak Prescott in a negative way. He lives to destroy Dak. So I don't know when he say you're bringing algorithms down for content creators. I don't know if you're talking to me. And then I think he said somebody said something about he's blocking. Nobody blocks nobody on my show except me. And I don't block people. Nobody. This is a free space on my show. Nobody has to agree with the host. That's me. Nobody. I'm one that will say things, and at the same time, if you show me where I'm wrong, I'm one that don't try to hold on to it. I'll say, man, look, you're right. I'm convinced. That's how I am. I ain't that tight. So I'm not like that. So, but I don't mind y'all doing all that. Oh, okay. I see, Jessica. If y'all choose the battle, I don't mind whatever. But a kid cowboy tell you, I ignore him because some of the stuff he be writing down is absolutely bonkers. I mean, tremendously bonkers. So, I mean, he know I tell him that, and he's free to come here. I don't mind doing it. But y'all stop arguing with Kid Cowboy. He don't like Dak Prescott at all. He don't. Oh, you say they're mad that you saying number 4 is elite? Dak Prescott has had many elite moments. So let me straighten you out. If we were to say who's elite, you don't have, I mean, I play the game with you, but I'm saying I may not name, but maybe 1, maybe 2. That's it. You see what I'm saying? And everybody's standard is going to be different, so ain't nobody going to agree. See what I'm saying? But I even play the game because I ain't got them but 2. My standard of elite is Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. That's it. See, at first I said earlier, Burrow, Allen, Mahomes. But I was saying that because you don't mind them throwing the ball 700 million times. You don't mind it. It ain't got nothing to do with being elite. Elite has everything to do with winning. See what I'm saying? Really, when you say elite, man, look. Thank you, Justin. I think we all will agree that Patrick Mahomes is elite. You see what I'm saying? No, Kid Cowboy. You're not at the gate, sir. You're not at the gate telling who can come in and who can come out. They'll just start ignoring you. That's all. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying Mahomes done won too much for nobody to say he ain't elite. Just stop it. You might say, oh my God. But that's because he got Andy Reid. Well, Andy Reid can't go on the field. There's been a lot of great coaches that have coached, and their quarterback is, pretty decent, pretty good, but they can't play it. Mahomes is special. Lamar Jackson is special. There's nobody like him. Yeah, I see y'all saying 7-0 on the board. That's because you got an elite quarterback. He's elite. He ain't won, but whenever you got a guy that's, currently the MVP and all that type of stuff, he's different. Okay? You know what I'm saying? There's a board. Josh Allen is elite, is an elite quarterback. He only has one problem. It's that guy in Kansas City. See, Joe done had all these interceptions and fumbles, but he beat everybody still. He beat up Burrow. He beat up everybody. Josh Allen beat everybody. Just can't beat Mahomes. That's his only knock. Burrow, as long as he's on the field, is a major problem. But he done got way too much credit for going to the Super Bowl that year, and everybody still look at him like that. And then he stays hurt way too much to be so young and to be able to play so many seasons. He spent most of them hurt. I can't quite give him. I mean, he's had a lot of elite moments. I'm gonna say this and then I'll move on, and I'm almost through. Um, I've said this before, but it kind of fits here. So if you heard me say this before, so be it. Isaiah Thomas, the Hall of Fame basketball player from the Detroit Pistons, was being interviewed, and they asked him, forgive me for not remembering who it was that interviewed him. They asked Isaiah, they said, what makes a very good, great player and a Hall of Fame player? And Isaiah gave one of the greatest answers I've ever heard, and it's really the truth because it applies to all sports. He said what makes the Hall of Fame player a Hall of Fame player from what's the difference between them and a great player is that the great players, when they were great, were presented inside the game a chance for them to go to a Hall of Fame level, and they took advantage of it. You down 7 points with 40 seconds to go. You ain't running the ball, you passing the ball. You carry your team down for a winning touchdown to win the game. That's called taking advantage of an elite moment, because they're going to talk about you all week long, and you get about 10 of those. You got about 10 of those, guess what? People look at you differently. You win 2-3 Super Bowls, guess what? Not go to the Super Bowl. You win 3 or 4. That makes you be looked at differently. You win multiple MVP awards. Lamar Jackson ain't won the Super Bowl, but guess what? 2 MVPs and should be MVP this year. Should be, with everybody fall in love with Josh Allen and all that type of stuff. So, that's the difference. Dak Prescott has been presented in the game over the years a lot of moments that he just didn't take advantage of. It would change the whole narrative about Dak if a lot of these games that he got presented, and it really ain't on Dak. Some a lot is on our defense who couldn't show up. If you down 31-3, 31-7 at halftime, it's kind of hard. I'm just, it's kind of hard. Josh Allen would be looked at differently right now if he would have just had beat Mahomes at least one time and made the Super Bowl. They would be looking at him. Y'all think he getting all the love now? If he would beat Mahomes one time, get to the Super Bowl, they would look at him even more differently than they do now. But the narrative is he's great against everybody else. He just can't beat Patrick Mahomes. He can't get past it. He cannot get past that hump. And so he even though you may say he's elite, but it's only elite to a certain level. What about Anthony Richardson? Oh my God. Why would you even bring up that name? And he's my fraternity brother, but Anthony Richardson's not even in this conversation. For real. I just saw it. It just kind of like hit me in my face like, wow, Anthony Richardson? No. Not on this type of level. See what I'm saying? And that's the difference. Bradshaw took advantage of the moments. Even though he was surrounded by all them Hall of Famers on both sides of the ball, but the bottom line is the man got 4 Super Bowl rings. That's why he considered one of the greatest of all time. He won 4. He took advantage of the moments when they arrived. The reason why Bradshaw is looked at differently, not that he was better than Staubach, not that he was really talented like Dan Fouts. The reason why folks, even though Dan Fouts is in the Hall of Fame, but guess what? Dan Fouts ain't looked at nowhere near like them guys. Why? He didn't win. There was nobody more talented than Dan Marino. Joe Montana was not better than Dan Marino talent-wise. But we don't look at Dan Marino the way we look at Joe Montana. What's the difference? Joe Montana took advantage of the moments. Miami always went to the playoffs. Dan Marino only went to one Super Bowl and lost that one. See what I'm saying? But Dan Marino is universally known as probably, between him and Elway, I mean, he gets that same thing that they say about Aaron Rodgers. That, great thrower of the football, so talented. But we don't look at Dan Marino on that upper level, and he's great. Dan didn't take advantage of the moments. Joe Montana did. Why don't we look at John Elway the way we look at Joe Montana? Because Elway lost in a lot of Super Bowls, even though he won a couple. Joe won them all. And Joe is universally known as he's better than John Elway. Why is he better? Because he took advantage of the moments. Dak Prescott has had the moments. He's had them. Even in the regular season games. It's to the point that if he does take advantage of the moment, we're almost shocked. Like the way he played against Tampa Bay when they retired Brady. We were shocked that he threw for 4 touchdowns, 300 and God knows how many yards. We were shocked. Because we so used to seeing him not get it done. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not saying he's not a great quarterback. Dak is. But there's a level to this stuff. There are levels. And as soon as we figure that out and start playing according to that identity that needs to happen, then we'll be better. But if we don't, we're going to be doing the same things. Man, I know I done made y'all mad today. This is just my thoughts. It ain't got to be yours. I'm just a person who sees the same television that y'all do. When we watch the game together and see, I'm just, what's the difference between me and you? See, all of us say the same thing. When Dak don't get it done, we say, some of y'all cuss like, man, Dak, come on, Dak. Y'all just, then you get in the chat and then you go straight defending him. When you know you want to say, when you done said it privately. The difference between me and you is that I would give him 1,000,000% credit when he does good. But I'm the type, I will also give him 100% trash when it happens that way. That's the difference. I don't defend him when it's not time to defend him. That's the difference between me and you. It's in the chat. All of us say the same thing. We say the same thing. Dak throw the pick in the late part of the game. Say, what is he looking at? What did he see? Don't he see the double coverage? But then you'll go into your chats and they say, he's a horrible quarterback. And then you say, no, he's not. He's an elite quarterback. When he just made a trash play. Me, I get on here and say, Dak played like trash today. Then the following week, you throw 3 touchdowns and no picks and have 110 quarterback rating. I say, hey, he looked elite today. That's the difference. Both are true. I just ain't scared to say it. And look, I've been a Cowboy fan since 1977. Trust me, can't nobody take the star away from me. Nobody. I've been on the ship. I've been on this ship a long time, y'all. Can't nobody take the star from me. And I reserved the right. 1977, 40 some odd years later. Man, look, I'm going to talk about them bad when they need to be talked about. I talked about Romo bad, and I gave him credit a lot. I talked about Danny White. So y'all too young. Y'all too young. Talked about Danny White because he could never get over the hump as well. You see what I'm saying? So I talked about Michael Parsons. Did he do too much goddamn talking? He need to be talking on the field. And guess what? That's what he's been doing since he came back off injury, playing like a monster. I give him credit. But at the same time, I'll call him out in the playoff game and say, you supposed to be the man. And when we look at your stat line, you ain't contributed nothing. See, that's how I am. Like if you got 0 tackles, you got 1 pressure, you got no sacks, you got no assists, why am I fit to get out here and say you played like an all-pro today? When it's obvious you didn't. And then, but y'all will say, well, he got double teamed. He got double teamed. Man, look, Reggie White got double teamed his whole career. Bruce Smith got double teamed his whole career. Derek Thomas got it all year. Lawrence Taylor did not go one-on-one his whole career. These guys I'm calling out got double the whole time. What happened though? Still produced. TJ Watt gets double teamed every single week he out there. What does TJ Watt do? Aaron Donald got triple teamed. Hello. Every single week. Myles Garrett from Cleveland gets double every single week. You look at their stats, still got the same stats. So I'm not giving Michael Parsons the credit like that. You want to say you the best defensive player in the game? But this is what the best did. This is what the best did right here. DeMarcus Ware, you got to go all the way. DeMarcus Ware got double teamed every single game in the Hall of Fame now. You don't get in the Hall of Fame by just talking. You got to do. Thank you, Joe. Y'all see what he said? The list go on and on. These guys got double and some of them got triple team. And the numbers are still, crazy numbers. 18 sacks and all that. You getting chipped by a running back. You getting double team. You getting sometimes take 3 people. And you still look at the stat line and say, this dude still wrecked the game. That's what DeMichael's been doing these last few weeks. But you can't be a no-show when the biggest game come up. Now, that's what I'll say. And come back the next week and say he played like he's supposed to play. See? See, we gotta start telling the truth. And because I'm telling the truth, I'm saying the same game plan. And I'm through now because I'm starting to repeat myself. The same game plan that Mike McCarthy has for Cooper Rush, in which the running game is a vital part of the game plan, needs to be the same exact game plan when Dak Prescott come back next year. Got the identity change. We tried it, okay? We tried to make Dak Prescott an MVP every year. It put up some good numbers. It got Dak to the Pro Bowl. It almost made him the MVP of the league, but you ain't get nowhere. Still got bounced out in the first round because you tried to carry that game plan in January in playoff games when guys run over you and we get out physical. That ain't gonna work. You gotta get physical. See what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm saying I've seen enough. You may not agree with me, but we have an identity crisis with that. It's a shame that Mike McCarthy Kellen Moore. Both of them got it right when Cooper Rush came into the game. They knew they had to adjust the game plan and give the proper offensive game plan to this quarterback based off of his ability. And what I'm saying is we done heighten up Dak too much to thinking that he is something that he's sporadic in really showing. He's not consistent in having all of the elite moments. That's the truth. And y'all know it. You ain't got to say nothing. You ain't got to come on and try to defend it. Because see, some of y'all, like I said, when Dak had the ball in his hands at the end and all the numerous times he didn't take advantage of it, y'all cussed at your TV. You know you did. You knew when Dak threw them late interceptions or threw the interceptions in mid-game and you said like, what are you doing, Dak? Then somebody will buzz you and text you like that and you'll go straight up to being a lawyer for Dak Prescott trying to defend him and all that. It's really the truth, y'all. Y'all know it is. Y'all know it is. I just say it here. I just use my platform to say it. I'm not a Dak basher. I just seen enough to know what type of quarterback he is and what will make him even more effective as a quarterback if you do things offensively this way. That's what I'm saying. All right. I'm done. I done lost subscribers today. It'll be all right. Hey, to those of you that are on TikTok, I appreciate all you guys hanging with me. I see you over there on Twitter. All of you on Facebook and, of course, YouTube. And I appreciate you guys. Y'all enjoy the rest of this football heaven this weekend. Steelers and Ravens playing now. Texas and Clemson playing now. Ohio State, Tennessee later tonight. Man, and then all day tomorrow. Very important football game. And then Monday night. Actually, I ain't even talking about the Cowboys and Buccaneers. Ain't that something? Y'all changed the whole show. So Monday, let me see. I'm gonna come on early because I'm off work, praise God. So I'm gonna come on early Monday. I won't do it at 7:00 because when the Cowboys play the game, then of course I'm not doing no show while the game on. That ain't gonna work. I don't do watch parties either. So I'm gonna come on early on Monday, maybe somewhere around 10, 11 o'clock, somewhere in that area there. And we'll do a pregame show, and I promise you, talk about Tampa Bay in the game for Monday night. All right? This is Shane put down. Shane says, I am curious, where do y'all rank Dak as the quarterback for the Cowboys? Me is Aikman, Staubach, Romo, Meredith, Dak, Danny White. Ooh. I'm just going to take your list because those are the best quarterbacks we've ever had. I'm sorry, Sunday night. I'm sorry. So I am coming on Monday. Man, I don't know why we think Monday night. Thank you, Greg. I'll be with you guys Monday after all. I don't know what make me think. Okay. Let's do Shane thing. Everybody put your list down. Everybody hit that like button too. I ain't asked y'all that whole guy. Everybody hit that like button. Give me about 20 apiece. Let's everybody do this real quick. I need to see this. See where y'all got it. I'm gonna do mine. For me, see, this is where it gets tricky because what Shane's standard is may not be necessarily mine. See what I'm saying? So, Shane, put it in. Are we talking Are we talking overall success as you know, for them being the quarterback, or are we just talking talent? Or are we talking all of that combined? So that's what I'm saying. When I need that Shane before I can answer that. I need that before I can really answer that. I need to know what I'll go by your standard. Whatever your standard is, that's what I'm gonna go by. I'm gonna assume, Shane, I'm gonna assume that you're talking about overall success as a Dallas Cowboy quarterback. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Joe says 35-24, beating Tampa. I need to know what that is, Shane. What is your standard on it? I'll just stick with overall success. Okay. / with talent. That'll be mine. So for me, I'm gonna go with Staubach, number one. I'll go Aikman 2. Oh, okay. Shane says overall best as a leader and a champion. Okay. Then if that's your standard, then it's definitely Staubach, number one. As a leader, Captain America, and then as a champion, 1, 2. So I give that, and I understand Aikman 1, 3. I'll go Aikman 3. I would go from your list, Shane, Danny White as 3. And the reason why I say Danny White is because he won multiple divisions and he just couldn't get over the hump. He got the Cowboys to multiple NFC championship games. Multiple. Am I right about that? Yes, I am. 1980, Philadelphia, NFC championship game. That's 1. 1981, NFC championship game against San Francisco when Dwight Clark caught the catch. So that's 2. 2 NFC championship games. 1982 NFC championship game again against the Washington Redskins. That's 3 NFC championship games. 4, 1983. It was the same thing. That's 4 NFC championship games against Washington. 1984. So no, Danny White has been to 4 NFC championship games. He got to be number 3. Meredith, I think Meredith is gonna be last on my list. He didn't do nothing. It's a different game back then. I wouldn't give him that. I will go Dak. I will go Dak after Danny White. Yeah. And then I'll go Romo after that. And Romo was more exciting than Dak Prescott. I give Romo that. Romo was a gunslinger, but we all know what Romo did, and we all know what he always, from both angles. Dak and Romo are Dak and Romo's they're almost the same, to be honest with you. They really are. Except in the area of excitement. And if you going by what you said earlier, Shane, it ain't even no question that Dak is a better leader than Romo. Both of them were not champions. So I think they got the same amount of playoff games. And all the years Romo played and all the years Dak has played, I think they got the same amount of playoff games and the same amount of number of wins. So, I mean, I got to put Dak there, and then I got to have Romo right after Dak, and then Meredith is last for me, if you want to go that route. So Dak is not on Aikman and Staubach level at all. I don't even think he's on Danny White level as far as overall success. Dak is a better leader than Danny White. I give him that. But White won a lot of playoff games because in order to get to 4 NFC championship games, you had to win to get there. So you at least won 2. You know, depending if you had a bye week back then, you won at least 1. But if you're a wild card team, you won at least 2. Danny Whitelock won a lot of playoff games. So he has to be up there. All-pro quarterback, Pro Bowl quarterback. A lot of people don't know much about Danny White. He won a lot, right? Took over after Staubach. He won a lot, man. He won. Just couldn't get past the hump. All right, y'all. That was a good question there, Shane. I liked it. Made me think a little bit. All right, y'all go enjoy the rest of this football heaven day today. And we'll see you Monday night as we talk about the Buccaneers and the Cowboys win or loss. I might do something tomorrow. Who knows? I might do something tomorrow. Y'all turn on those live notifications, and I'll come hang with you because I really do need to say something about Tampa Bay and their offense and defense. So, yeah, I'll come on tomorrow, maybe about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, somewhere in that area there, and talk about the game tonight, at least what I think will happen. All right? Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right? This has been the one and the only, the big time show.